Many of you guys know that I've been a user of the Shure 846 for years. I'm a sound engineer for touring bands. Those are my tool that I use a couple times a week to make a living. They've been my personal recommendation for anybody who's not on a budget to buy in-ear, but my budget choice was the Shure SE-215. Behringer released a pair of in-ears about 2 years ago, but apparently that went totally under my radar. Now let's see if they stand a chance against the real deal. Let's be honest here and say that they are more a homage to the 215 than the 846. Also, price-wise, they are about half of the price of the Shure 215. Let's see if they can compete with the 215, and just for fun, we gotta compare them to the 846 that are more than 20 times the price. Let's see what we got in here with the Behringer. So, phone, a pouch. Is there anything under here? Instruction, I'm gonna guess, and maybe some other size for the earbuds. I'm curious to see if they can be swapped with the Shure one, because this is, I believe, a really close tribute to the Shure one. We have a quick start guide with some useful information. I think it's the same thing that we have on the website. Yes, it is exactly the same thing that we have on the website. And it also comes with a 1/8 to 1/4 inch adapter, a little tool to clean them, and a attach for the pouch if you ever want to use the pouch. I'm gonna leave that all in the bag for now. With these also, put them to the side, and let's see what we got in there. This package honestly is really light. I think it's lighter than the 215, because let's be honest, we're gonna compare them mostly to the 215. I don't think they can stand up to the quality of the 846. So I'm really curious to know what I can get for like $40 US. They are like really, I don't want to say cheap, I want to say affordable, because cheap sometimes doesn't mean the same thing as affordable. So, elastic band to hold them together. The wire quality is, I would say, fine. It feels like cheap plastic, you know, that you would get in a cheap shower curtain. This is what they remind me. Cheap shower curtain. They have a serial number attached here, so I'm probably gonna leave that on for now. And let's see, what do we got? Okay, fairly long cable, couple feet. I would say somewhere around 6 feet altogether. It's folded in half now, around 6 feet, and really smashed up earbuds for now. So I'm usually a fan of the full medium size earbuds, not the one that are empty like this one. I'm gonna turn it upside down so you can see the kind I mean. Those are like empty. This is the kind of stuff that you will find on your Apple earphone. Not really a fan of those, so I'm gonna swap them for something that I'm more used to. And I want to try if it's possible to put the yellow foam from Shure, which are probably the most used ear tips in the non-molded style of earphone. So really close again to the Shure on the ear tips. 3-point here for the big one. You have the 2-point for the medium one, and you have 1 point for the small one. Usually on the Shure model, I'm using these. I'm gonna try to see how they fit with these on. Also, let's take a look at how easy it is to remove the, oh, it's really easy to remove. And honestly, it's really close to the Shure one. So yeah, it's really, we're really in the same realm of, ooh, that feel really loose. That, like, usually the tips right here usually slide in tightly against the in-ear, but right now it's not. I'm gonna say I would believe it would pop out like really easily. Let's see if it's the same thing for the other side. Okay, other side. Yeah, really easy to put on and really easy to pull off. So maybe it's just the earbud itself. Maybe it's not the in-ear. Actually, just for fun, I'm gonna take out my yellow one that I keep in case of emergency. Okay, already a better fit. I think this will not want to pop out on you once you have them in your ear. They will not, like, you will not have just that part of that headphone left in your ear if you're moving around. These seems to be a way better fit. Let me try with the one that I'm using usually. I'm gonna take this one off of my pair of 215 and see how it fits in. Oh yeah, this one had a little snap. On the earbud itself, you have a line that is there to retain the little tips on it. So the Shure plug basically fit perfectly on it with a little snap when you push it down. So that's a perfect fit for that. So okay, I'm gonna try with the Behringer tips at first, and we'll see if it can hold in my ear or not. If you bought a pair of SD251, maybe upgrading for a pair of Shure tips on them will be the best option. So let's see how they fit in my ear. Okay, well, I'm gonna say so far, other than the wire feeling a little bit on the cheap side, well, I got a weird noise. I got a weird popping noise. Like I'm hearing, maybe pushing them in and out, I'm hearing a membrane popping inside of them. The fit is as good as the 215. Or, all I'm gonna say is it just feels like a good fit. Let's see now with the Shure tips. Oh yeah, it feels like home. It feels really comfortable. I can adapt them to my ear to just, you know, have the middle wire inside the cable here just fit well to my ear. So fit wise, it's good. I have no idea how they sound so far, but fit wise, I'm gonna do my little knot thing that I usually do here. I could do a show with these. I don't think they will fall off. Once they are attached solidly on the back of my head, I don't think they will go anywhere. Let's see now how the yellow tips from Shure are doing on these. It's good. Isolation wise, again, I think the yellow tips, like always, are the best insulator of the bunch. The Behringer tips are not that great, or I will honestly, just because of the fit on the earbud itself, I would discard them. Tips are really cheap to buy. I think a box of 10 pair is like $15 Canadian, and you need to replace them after a while anyway. They're gonna get, you know, ear wax on them, and you just need to replace them. So when I'm moving, when I'm talking, they don't want to pop out. So that's a good sign. I could sing. Actually, they feel really comfortable, honestly. So far, I would say I'm really surprised by the test fit. I did not expect those to really fit really well over the ears. You know, they have to cheap at some point, and the comfort will be, I believe, the first thing that it would cheap out on. But no, I'm really impressed by how they fit over my ear. Now, the real challenge would be how they sound, because it doesn't matter if they feel really well over your ear. If they sound like garbage, it's not going to be fun for you to spend a show with these on. Now, the sound test. I think I figured out a way to make you hear how these sound versus the 846 and versus the 215. I'm gonna use this calibration microphone from Behringer. This is a MM1 that is a full-on omnidirectional flat microphone that is used to calibrate sound system. This is what I use to tune up PAs, and my idea is to take the earbud like this, all using the same tip. I'm going to use the black standard 2 dots from Shure on all 3 earphones. Having a good tight earplug is a game changer when you're having in-ear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press tight the tips of the in-ear next to that microphone, and I'm going to do 3 tests. I'm going to do a pink noise, I'm going to do a tone sweep, and I'm going to do a song. So I'm really curious to see how they will perform versus the double the price 215 and 20 times the price Shure 846. To amplify and to record the sound, I'm going to use my Odeon ID44 interface with the volume set to a 3/4 on Max 1. Everything that you're going to hear is going to be at the same dBl UFS or same perceived volume level. So we will hear the difference in tone, not only in level, because sometimes, you know, it lies to you and you think that everything that is louder is better, but not here. I'll do my best to be as transparent as possible for you to hear the difference between all of them. It's going to be a long rinse and repeat process for me, but with the magic of editing, it's only going to be a few seconds for you. So here's the first test. If we compare the Behringer to the 215, which I believe is the more fair comparison that we can do here, they are not that far off of the 215. Now I'm going to do a sweep test, and the sweep test is going to be to see the harmonic distortion in the different pair of headphones. Once we send out a single frequency that's going to sweep from low to high, we will see 2 things. How low the headphones are going, or how low my microphone can pick that up, and how high it will go. What I want you to really pay attention to is the other frequencies around the one that is generated by the oscillator, not just the graph. Judging by the graphic that I'm seeing right now, I think I'm simply going to rule out the 846 here because they are doing a stellar job and do not create any harmonic distortion at all. The difference between the 215 and the Behringer are still negligible here. I don't know if the price difference here is gonna worth it. The final test that will tell us that is the listing test. So I'm gonna dig up a song or a part of a song. I'm gonna record it with the measurement microphone, and I'm really curious to see what we're gonna hear there. Okay, I just finished the test and I did not hear what I recorded because I was holding in silent the headphone next to the microphone. Now, let's take a listen at this together. This is, of course, recorded music. It's not like a live band, but it will give you, I think, a fair representation of what they can handle. So, let's take a listen.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Okay, a little bit lo-fi at first, but it's through a mic. Let's see how to compare. That's the Behringer. Let's see
sound right, boys.
No way. Those are 4 drivers. Wow. Look at that. Listen to that low end. Okay, now's the track. Okay, way more definition, way more high end. Man. I was not expecting such a big difference between the 846 and the 215. Of course, you have to think about the fact that this is a microphone recording a earbud. It's not a perfect representation. It's not how they really sound in your ear, but we're using the same reference. We're using all those earbuds versus the same microphone. So what really matter here is not the tone, because definitely when I listen to music into my 846, they have more definition than that. But the shift in mid-range and low-end and IEM, there's not much difference between the SD251 and the 215, but there's a huge gap between the 846 and the others. Do the Behringer one worth it versus the 215? I believe so. I honestly think that they are my new go-to on the cheap side for in-ear monitors. You see the kind of the mid-range EQ curve that you have to fight with to get some decent tone. Maybe some of you will see this as a better EQ for vocal, but I don't really agree with that. They have low end. I don't know how they can handle live music. That would be for another video. I think we're proved that for music listening, if you want to go run, or if you are a gamer looking for a decent pair of in-ear monitor, I don't think it worth double the price. If you want to have my opinion of using these live at a show, doing monitor for a band, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. If you think that video was helpful, give this a thumbs up. And if you want to support me in what I do here, talking about the Behringer Wing, talking about live sound, talking about in-ear monitor, apparently I'm going to start to do video about that. Maybe think about becoming a member or a super member of the channel. Until the next one, please take care of yourself, and I'll see you later.